social media.
Social media.
Social media.
Social media.
Social media is slowly killing you. Here's what an average day looks like for most people. You wake up later than you wanted to and hit the snooze button 2 times. Then half an hour later, you finally open your eyes and the first thing you do is grab your phone. You open Instagram, then when that gets boring, you start to scroll on TikTok. And then before you know it, an hour or 2 passes, and after this morning routine, you've finally gotten out of your bed, but you seem to be unfocused for the rest of the day because you've already fried your brain. So you continue to doom scroll for hours. If this sounds familiar to you, then this video is the key to all of your problems. According to a recent study, the average person spends 12 years of their life on their phone. Imagine what you could do within those years if you focused your time better. In a decade, I bet you could build a multi-million-dollar business or your dream physique. Instead, it's likely that you'll use that time scrolling on your phone, accomplishing nothing. I always hear older people saying, "It's that damn phone," and I used to brush it off just thinking they're old and angry, but I'm starting to see where they're coming from. We don't experience life for what it is anymore. We never go on adventures like our parents used to, and we never let ourselves become bored because our phones are always there. Social media is designed to be addictive. Whenever you scroll, you can never reach the end. It's an infinite void, and if you don't get your fix, you're fucked. I've known people that fully act like crack addicts for their phones, having 12 plus hours screen time a day. And if this is you, I truly hope you listen to the advice that I give in this video, because this behavior is obviously not healthy. And the easiest way to fix the problem is deleting social media. But I bet you won't do that because neither will I. So let me share some better tips to combat your social media addiction and get your life back on track. Participate in active rest. When's the last time you let yourself get bored? It's probably been a while. For me at least, the first thing that I do when I get bored is pick up my phone and go on socials. I've conditioned myself so much that I don't even have to think about it anymore. It's just an automatic response. Instead of resorting to this automatic response, the next time you find yourself being bored, participate in active rest instead of passive scrolling. Active rest can be activities such as reading, meditation, exercise, and art or music. These are far superior options than just scrolling on your phone. Our brain naturally craves dopamine as it's a basic survival response. And whenever you do something stimulating, the brain is rewarded with this dopamine. And this is exactly what happens when you check your phone. But the problem with it isn't the dopamine itself. It's the source from where you're getting the dopamine. The activities that I mentioned both reward your brain and level your character up. Reading provides knowledge, music and drawing are skill building activities, and exercise is scientifically proven to be one of the most beneficial things for both your body and your mind. So whenever you feel the urge to pull out your phone, stop yourself and participate in active rest instead. Environmental change. In order to focus properly, you must change your environment. The average attention span for people who actively use social media is 8.25 seconds. Does this sound like a long time to you? Because to me, that sounds pretty messed. Imagine not being able to focus on a task for longer than 8 seconds without losing focus. Your brain is capable of so much more than this. And this low attention span is very reflective of your environment. Here's why. If something that you actively crave is easily accessible to you every minute of the day, then eventually you'll succumb to the temptation. Therefore, you must remove these temptations from your working environment. For example, if your phone is always in your room while you're working, maybe on your bench or in your pocket, this sets you up for failure. Instead, remove these temptations and change your environment to help you, not tempt you. Create, don't consume. The reality is we all have to use our phones to some extent for day-to-day tasks. To capitalize off your phone usage, you should instead create, not consume. The people who benefit off social media are creators, not consumers. And I learned this lesson pretty early on when I started creating edits on TikTok and even making this channel. You should too learn that creating in this world is more prosperous than consuming. Give back to people and you will be rewarded yourself. It's not necessarily using your phone that's the issue, it's how you use it. Therefore, you should create and not consume, because consuming content is what does the damage. Silence your notifications. Notifications are designed to grab your attention and keep you hooked, which will lead to hours of being stuck scrolling. There's probably been many times where you get a notification from your friends and you check the message, and then you go on Reels and 2 hours later, you're still scrolling. One simple but effective way to stop this, or at least slow it down, is to silence your notifications. Go into your phone settings and turn notifications off for social media apps. You can even go a step further and move these apps to a less accessible place on your phone. By reducing these constant interruptions, you'll be less likely to check your phone throughout the day and be able to focus more on the task at hand instead of getting distracted. If it's out of sight, it's out of mind. Set a time limit. Just like silencing your notifications, managing your screen time and use of your social media apps is crucial. Doing this is yet another barrier to prevent this voidless scrolling. Here's how you can do it. On iPhone, go to settings, then screen time, tap app limits, and then add a limit. Select the social media category and set your desired limit. Setting these limits creates a boundary and makes you more conscious of your screen time usage. Stick to these limits and see your screen time gradually reduce. Another crucial step is to integrate mindfulness into your daily routine. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, and it significantly improves my focus. Mindfulness activities I do is meditation and gratitude journaling. These simple daily tasks only take 5 to 10 minutes a day, but help me become more present with the moment and overall contribute to lessening my social media usage. When you're mindful, you're more aware of your actions, including the impulse to check your phone. Set aside a few minutes each day to practice mindfulness and see the benefits yourself. Social media detox. I've seen online a lot of people doing social media detoxes, and while personally I've never done it myself, I can see the benefit in it. A social media detox is essentially deleting all social media for an extended period of time and allowing your brain to detox and reset. If you want me to do a whole video on this, comment below. While the internet and social media has revolutionized many things, such as business and communication, it's definitely done its damage as well. Our generation in particular has been heavily affected by this social media pandemic, and it's impacted our lives so much to the point that we cannot live without this constant attachment to our phones. Social media is the equivalent to a highly addictive drug that you can access at all times. In order to live a better life, aim to have a healthy relationship with social media and maybe even consider doing a detox. In summary, if you follow the lessons that I mentioned in this video, such as participating in active rest, changing your environment, and creating instead of consuming, you will experience a massive shift in your quality of life. If you made it this far, comment below your screen time. If you want to know the problem with self-improvement, click this video. If not, see you next time. Peace.